OTB are taking on TriAthy this June. It's all in partnership with Whoop, the personalised digital fitness and health coach that helps you unlock your inner potential. Adrian Barry is with us. Adrian, good morning to you.
Morning, gents. How are we doing?
You're an old man. What are you doing?
There's an invite. If I ever heard one, yeah. I think I'm going to end up doing the swim and the run, probably, Jerry. Yeah.
Right. And how is your swimming and running? So the TriAthy is like it's the end of May, start of June, right? It's that kind of whatever the bank holiday weekend is, which is pretty soon, Adrian. There's the month of May.
Well, I've done nothing. Have you been keeping up?
Oh, I've been swimming. I've been swimming every day after work. I haven't
you done a whole lot.
Oh yeah, so I had a minor incident last Thursday, I want to say, where I was like getting to swim. Normally the swimming pool is empty because we're obviously there slightly off peak times, and there was a bunch of people who were kind of in small groups. I was like, this is a bit weird, so I was swimming around them. And then all of a sudden the music starts and out pops the Aerobics teacher.
Oh.
And so I'm like in the middle of it. I'm like, well, I can ostentatiously leave now, or I can just join in.
And?
I joined in.
How was it?
Good man.
Well, you know, as girls just want to have fun, blared out over the tannoy, I'm like, it was really good.
What's your go-to water aerobics move?
It turns out there are multiple ones.
Right.
Yeah. Which are well, when you're like a fat calcified 44-year-old, everything is hard.
Was it like star jumps and stuff like that?
There are star jumps, yeah. There's like running through the water. There's like kicking your opposite foot.
Okay.
There's
We're the only one of your demographic in there.
Pretty much. It's good to be the youngest person in the room again for a change, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I had one of those experiences recently, and it's prompted me to reassess my entire being, Ger. Very similar experience, except for it was an exercise class, and I was late, and it was all rather embarrassing. But coupled with, myself and Owen had chatted a couple of months back about I was going back to do a bit of hurling, coupled with that where I basically wasn't able to walk properly and early after the exercise itself much at all for up to 3 weeks afterwards. I was going back doing that bit of hurling, and I just thought I need to stop doing that, and I also need to address this issue I've had at my knees for about 20 years, I'd say. But it was like this sort of a slow onset where you kind of think, no, it'll be, I'm never going to do enough anyway to really warrant putting in the yards that you need to do if you go to a physio. So I did bits and pieces of it, but basically I got it properly seen to about 6 weeks ago, and I have a thing called Patellar Tendinopathy, which is
of course
really
you
painful. It's the tendon that joins your knee to your shin, and there's a particular area, particularly just under the lower end of my right knee, that the thing that probably was like I couldn't even kneel down on the thing. You know what I mean? You're playing around with the kids and you go to kneel on your knee and it's agony, and it's like, you're right, okay, I don't need to accept that I'm creeping through middle age here. I'm barely able to walk, so I went and got it seen to. So I'm not doing any actual training for the triathlon, but I'm doing a program of exercises and stretches 4 times a week. It's about 40 minutes, and it's total torture.
Right. And does that register on the strain?
Yeah.
It
does, and it tells me I'm very strained by doing it, which gives me some reassurance, right? Because like you end up after 40 minutes in an absolute ball of sweat, you're knackered. Like, it's, if I'd gone for a 20-minute run, I would expect to feel similar levels of like fatigue afterwards. But yeah, no, it's I put it in under functional fitness on the app, and it's telling me, like, the last one I did on Saturday, 7.8 strain. So that'd be pretty high, wouldn't it? 6.4 before that. That'd be pretty high on the strain factor. But it's tough going, and I'm working off the assumption, and like, it's just now that you're talking about the date, I'm realizing how quickly it's coming up. And the swimming, of course, I can do anytime, because it's actually pretty good for it. Cycling, it turns out, is pretty good for this condition as well. Running, not so much. So
why don't you do the whole thing? Come on, you can do the whole thing. If you can do the swim and the run, once you can do the run, you can do the whole thing. I can't run. I've got shin splint, so I'm going to do the other 2 bits. There
you are, like, support and scoring on my patellar tendinopathy, and you're like crying off a shin splint.
Well, no, you just have something fancy. That's of course you got the most fancy thing available.
Diagnosed. Yeah, look, I could do. I know there are some gaps to be filled in. I'm taking one for the team here, basically, Ger. There are some gaps to be filled in with some of the legs that need doing. So,
of course, Owen has quietly gone about becoming a cyclist in the meantime, but has steadfastly refused to get involved in this for fear of another humiliation.
I too have patellar tendinopathy. I'm just a disgrace.
Painful, lads. I'm not going to lie to you. It's. I know you're laughing about it, but bloody hell, yes. It's painful, and it's the sort of thing, right? Where I've been to see. So I went to see the physio. I go to see him once every 2-3 weeks. He'd give you a program, he'd give you an update, figure out how you're getting on, and it's committing to that. It's tough. Like, you know, good luck with the triathlon training, and you go out for a bit of a run, and you go for a swim and a cycle, and at least you're building up the fitness. With this thing, like I've been doing it now for whatever it is, like 5 weeks, and I feel and he tells me this is just the way it has to be for the next little while. I feel no positive impact from it at all. Like it's as if I've done nothing in terms of the pain in my knees still. So I've Paul McGrath knees basically, and I'm trying to work through it.
All right, well, the exercise bike is going to be your friend then over the next while. Well, we wish you the very best of luck with that. What are the main benefits so far of having a wearable coach advising you, go a bit harder, get to bed, which is exactly what the Whoop 4.0 does? What are the benefits for you?
Well, when you're out on a Saturday night, and it tells you, you think you've been in bed for like 8 or 9 hours, and the Whoop is telling you, you didn't get that much quality sleep. That's definitely one element of it. I've taken reassurance from the fact that it's telling me I'm actually getting a proper workout. You know, like when I'm talking to the physio afterwards, and I'm like, listen, I'm knackered here. This level of loading that you're giving me on the upper end, and I've got the evidence there. He's not just like this guy's spoofing it up. So no, it's been really useful on that front, and I will be interested to see once I get out, and I will obviously have to go and I'll be doing a swim. I've got my aqua band as well when I get into the pool and do some proper swimming to build up that bit of mileage as well. So I'll be interested to see what happens there. But yeah, the sleep thing is interesting, and definitely giving me the level of exertion confirming the level of exertion, Ger, that I know I'm actually doing has been powerful.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like I've done more than I actually have. That's the bit that I need to catch up with, or I need to make the Whoop catch up with me.
The Bluetooth must have dropped out there for about 15 minutes.
Adrian, good stuff. Thanks a million.
Thanks, lads.
Team OTB are taking on TriAthy this June. It's all in partnership with Whoop, the personalised digital fitness and health coach that helps you unlock your inner potential. What do you think your inner potential is, Owen?
Oh, God, just it's I don't know what it's going to turn out to be once it gets unlocked. Wow, it's just this athletic beast that's ready to conquer the world.
It's athletic, is it?
Yeah, 100%. But something that the Whoop would pick up. So that has to be athletics, doesn't it?
Snark. It doesn't have
no.
The fifth pillar isn't snarkiness.
I wish it was. How did aerobics go on your Whoop?
Well, it was harder than it would have been if I had just been swimming. Because like, there's the other thing that I did definitely realise, and we had Brian Driscoll on Friday night, and he was like, he needs somebody to help him go training, otherwise he won't do it. And like being involved in a class and more people, the peer pressure of that was definitely better than I've done like 7 minutes in the pool here. I can easily hop out and sit in the sauna for 10 minutes, and that'll be my 15 minutes of exercise.
Yeah.
So being forced to stay there and do stuff, that was good for you.
Yeah. I know. You're a good swimmer, though.
I can swim, but
you can. That's probably my level of being a good swimmer. Actually, being able to swim.
Well, there were other better swimmers in our little group. Tom Malone was the best swimmer.
Tom Malone was absolutely outstanding.
Like a fish.
Fish. Yeah.
It's 8:40.